And what's going on, everybody? Your boy Blake, Money Blake, with another episode of the Loaded Joe's MMA podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, another awesome episode, another awesome guest. Want to shout out real quick all of our sponsors right before we hop into there. Fightbook MMA, NOP Media, Austin Kickboxing Academy, Zen Soap, Gear Athletics, GetGearWorldwide.com, and Elite Sports. Please check them out for any one of your needs that you need. If you feel like any of those items apply, I will for sure tag them as you're watching this interview, and you'll see them below. I want to hop in. I want to hop into this interview. This next guest is a friend of mine, pretty much. Last time I hung out with her, we were sitting cage side at King of the Cage, and basically people should have charged us for commentary. We was dissecting the whole fucking fights. It was amazing. I'm happy to have her back on. Amber Brown, Invicta Zone. Amber, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty well. I can't complain. It's the middle of the week. Almost the weekend. About to get my swerve on. You know how that goes. But yeah, man, just taking it easy. But but how are you doing though? Because you got a fight coming up, man.
Yes, I do. I'm doing good. I feel really, really good. I feel the best I have ever felt. I feel like I'm excited.
That's good, man. How long have you known about this fight?
Maybe 2 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago. We were about 5 weeks out when they called me.
So right around the time when they announced it?
Yes.
Okay. They didn't give you like no head warning, did they? They were just like, Amber, you fighting? And then they called like, My Fight News MMA and shit. Like, hey, check this out.
Basically, they hit us up. I said yes, and they sent us the contracts and then announced it right away. So it all happened really fast.
So wait, is this fight though? Because last time me and you were talking, you really enjoyed having to fight at 115. Is this back at 105? You going back down?
Yes, I am.
Oh no, Amber.
Yeah. I didn't feel in my element at 115. I didn't like that fight. It was a weird fight. So I kind of sat for a while after that fight and weighed out all my pros and cons for both weight classes, and 105 is where it's at right now for me.
That's where it's popping. That's where it's live. Let's talk about that last fight, man. I feel like I don't want to put this juju on. I'm just saying, your other fight you came on, you won. We didn't have you on more often, so you get these wins, man. You had your moments in the Ashley Yoder fight, and then Ashley Yoder had her moments a little bit more. How's your arm, man?
It is good now. It actually did take a while to heal up, but it's good now.
Why is everybody always fucking with your arm, Amber? Ayaki Hamasaki trying to fuck with your arm. Ashley Yoder trying to fuck with your arm. Then tell them to leave your arm alone.
Yeah, I know, and it's the same damn arm, too. We're good now. No more arm bars.
That's good. Yeah, no more arm bars. No, juju on that beat, juju on that arm bar, all that good stuff, man. But there's been a lot going on since the last time I've seen you, and I'll be seeing you again even after this fight. I'll be going to Albuquerque at the end of July, like what I yearly do, so I have to connect as I'm down there for sure. For sure. The King of the Cage, everybody for don't know, we watched King of the Cage, and I snuck into VIP. I didn't give no fucks, and me and Amber Brown basically commentated all the whole. Amber, they should have paid us. Like we should have put a camera in our face, paid us.
Should have.
We had some good fights that night, but where was I getting at? Oh, there's been a lot going on. Your husband opened a boxing gym.
Correct. Yes, we did open our own gym. Nothing like against Fit or trying to compete with Fit where I train at. We live like 45 miles away from Fit, so to just have something for us to fall back on, and as well as the community out here needed something like that. So it's been something we wanted to do for a long time, and we made it happen.
And yeah, nothing wrong with that, because it seems like for people that don't know, obviously you're not just staying. You're still going to fit. I think that's if it's lost in translation there, you're not just. It's you and your husband. It's you, your husband, but it's still Fit NHB is still somewhere in the equation. It's no love lost. It's really, I saw it really as your husband loves to hold pads. He loves boxing. It's a very boxing, very striking oriented. But y'all also, again, people don't know like I do. I mean, where you live it's outside of Albuquerque. It's not even in the city limits. It's way the fuck. But outside of the other side of the mountains, like motherfuckers who don't been there don't know what the fuck is up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when we drive people there, they're like, "Where the fuck are you taking us?" But no, yeah, it's far away, so I'm still training at Fit, doing my thing at Fit, but it's really nice having this facility 2 minutes away from our house, so we're just always training, we're in the gym all day long, whether it be Fit or our gym, so we're just always doing stuff, so it's really, really cool.
And for people that don't know, I mean, it's an added benefit, I felt like, for just you and your husband, like in general, because like having to travel, like I was telling people, like even since the first time I went out to Fit HB, I'm like, these motherfuckers driving an hour, like that's an hour out of their day that they're losing, that Amber's losing in on training, and look at how well she's doing. This is right before your Ayaki Hamasaki fight, and I'm like, just look how well she's done for herself, like with just that. So now you get an extra 2 hours in your life when 2 hours of striking, 10 hours in a week to 12 hours, depending on how many times you train in. Just the benefits, I can just imagine, like as an observer and knowing you, like just the benefits. Like what have you talked to me? Like what have you felt inside of your head since this happened? It wasn't too long ago, but just time, man, time. Like this is great time that you have.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. I really am so grateful because like I said, I'm in the best shape of my life right now, and it's because we're always doing something, whether we're coaching a class or just hanging out at the gym. We're always doing something. We have rings hanging up. We're always playing on the rings, doing pull-ups, messing with the ab wheel. We have the battle ropes. Like there's just always something going on. So I'm just. And it's weird, the past 2 months, like, I think just also coaching a lot more helped me become a better fighter, because stuff's just really starting to click for me. I'm really starting to find my flow, and it's all coming together, so I feel really, really good.
Yeah, for people that don't believe her, go watch her on Facebook. She got them videos. She's hitting the bag, just looking flowy than a motherfucker, just bobbing and weaving. I love it, man. And you did mention... like you were saying, when you teach, it's almost like for people that don't know or never taught, like there's an extra aspect almost where you start understanding stuff more in a different way. You're like, why the fuck am I teaching this? Like, why the fuck did I learn this in the first place? And you learn this like extra facet to the game. It's really hard to describe, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just so weird, and it's like you've heard all this stuff you have to do a billion times before, you're water, but it's just weird. I don't know, since I've started coaching, I really feel like stuff's coming together for me, so I feel the best I've ever felt. I'm flowing a lot better, just more comfortable and relaxed in there.
Does this mean because you train a lot more, you get to have like a burrito a week, or you get to have some Sadies added in your diet or some shit? Like, what's really going on, Amber?
I actually, I have, good abs right now, so I'm, away from it till after the fight. So I've been really good. Even before I had the fight, like I was saying before, 105 became hard, but I've been doing stuff a lot smarter now, and especially with the diet, which I'm always pretty strict with the diet, but I just been doing stuff differently so that way it's not a hard weight cut. So I've been walking a lot lower than I normally do, and so I was ready to get on this next card, whether they called me or not. I was gonna be ready to get on it.
Right, you and your shadow boxing, about to fight. Somebody about to get it. It's Ashley Smashley Cummins. And for those that don't know, she's not a pushover, man. Like, this is a girl that went the distance with Alexa Grasso Everybody knows how good Alexa Grasso's ceiling is at this point. The only other girl that went to, well, you know, she went to decision with Heather Jo Clark, Felice Herrig. Like, tough bitches, man. Tough bitches in the division. What are your takeaways from Smashly? I mean, not to ask the cliche questions. You'll probably get this one. But what are your takeaways just from Smashly? I mean, for people that don't know, if you put it in a nutshell, right? Because not everybody does film study like I do. I've been watching Invicta as long as I have. But let them know what they should be expecting from her coming at you. You know what I'm saying?
She's gonna try to get me up against the cage. She's gonna try to take me down. I already know that's what she's gonna do. She's a wrestler, so I expect her to try to push me up against the cage and just work those takedowns. I know it's not going to be an easy fight. Like you just said, she's a tough chick, so I know I'm in for a fight, but I'm ready. I'm going to be in it for the long haul. You know, like I said, I don't want to get finished. I don't want to get submitted. Whether I win or lose, it's going to be a fucking war. I'm going to give this girl a fight, but I know she's tough. It's not going to be an easy win at all. So it's going to be a hard, tough fought win.
And you're one of the few people, because, like, I'm friends, actually, funny story, I'm friends with Smashly Cummings' roommate. He's a good friend of mine named Eddie Invicta. He fights with Shamrock FC. But, like, there's been, since I've known him, there's been so many times where he's posted, he's like, people are scared to fight Ashley. People are scared to fight Ashley. Somebody needs to fight Ashley 105. Somebody come fight her. So for people that don't know, people are actually scared to fight Ashley. Like, so this is going to be I'm expecting a great fight. I don't know her as well. I know her roommate, but just from what they see and what I've seen on screen. But what I know about you, I know you're fucking training hard. I know you got just this extra. It seems to me, like kind of. I don't know the right words to say it. Just this extra spirit, this newfound spirit, I think, is what I see in your posts even and in your videos and what you and your husband Joe are just, you know, putting up in pictures. Like, it just looks like a good vibing camp even before you had camp, I guess is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've just learned just how to train differently also. You know, it's not about all this hard-ass hours of training. You know, I'm putting in all these hours, but it's more beneficial. You know, I'm not coming home just dead tired or dreading going back to fit for the second time for the PM practice. Right. You know, I feel energized, and it's like a new motivation, you know. Since that last fight was probably the best thing that could have happened to me. It sucks that I lost, but it was honestly a blessing in disguise. You know, it lit a new fire under my ass to change a lot of stuff in my training and just get better, you know, and just do stuff differently. So you guys are gonna be looking for a good fight on the 25th. It's gonna be freaking awesome. I can't wait.
What happened? And so let me run that back. So you lose the fight. What do you do? What is the feelings? I don't think people get into this enough, and it's always a weird thing to talk about. But I feel like I know you well enough. What is the feelings walking out of the cage, out of the ring, back to the room? Going back home, what is the mindset that feeds this furnace that's this newfound, I don't want to say newfound fire, but this fire? What is a mindset though? Walk me through. What are you feeling as you come out?
It's just a bummer, man, because it's like both fighters are going in there and they train their asses off to go in there and get their hand raised, and only one comes out with the win. So it's really discouraging, and it's hard to keep positive, you know, because it's like, dang, man, I didn't go out there and accomplish what I was set out to do. But, you know, it's just, at first I was really bummed out and kind of sad and whatever, but me and my husband just started talking, and we're like, you know what, fuck this. I'm not going to get discouraged by this loss. This is going to make me a better fighter. So that's how I looked at it afterwards. You know, once we got back into the hotel room and just started talking about the fight, and everything we needed to do. It was just like, I'm ready to do this shit. So it was very motivating. It was a little discouraging at first, like initially, like when we were still at the venue and watching fights and stuff, but like on the way back to the hotel and once we got in the hotel, I'm just like, you know what, fuck this. We're gonna do this shit and I'm just gonna do this, We're ready to get back on it and just be a better fighter. You're gonna see a different Amber Brown. It's gonna be awesome.
So does this mean now that you have, because every time I talk to you, I'm always like, Amber, what do you do for fun? You're like, I don't have any time for shit. Like, I try to hang out with my daughter. I try to hang out with my, does this mean now, and again, it's a totally different subject, but whatever the fuck. Does this mean now that the gym is close to you, you have a little bit more free time to do a little bit more family things, to do movie nights and shit like that? Like, I'm always curious about that, especially with somebody like you who has like this much time to do anything else other than fight or train for fighting.
We do have more time, we spend time with her. She's actually been going on hikes every Sunday while we're at the gym. But the evenings, like the weekends, we get to ourselves. We come home or do whatever, we'll hang out with her. But it's like, honestly, like my life is training and fighting, especially now since I have the gym,
Right.
Like I live in the gym. So all I need there is my bed and my dogs and a shower.
Eat, sleep, train, repeat. That's
It literally is that way, for sure.
Damn, man. Well, I mean, I don't know what's more to say. I'm really glad. Like, once I saw, your husband Joe, and shout outs to him. You told him I said hi. But once I saw he opened the gym, I was just like, oh, this. It was it had to be partially for you, right? Like, it couldn't just be all partially. This is business. Like, it had to be like, if we really want to do this, this can really help out in an outstanding way, right?
Yeah, it's for all of us. We did it not only for him, but as for our family, for myself, for our daughter. I can't fight forever, so we wanted to have something to fall back on when I'm done fighting, and just it's there, so we don't have to really worry about anything. But and so especially after that loss, we're like, we have our own facility now. We can work on everything we need to do and work on aside from what we do at Fit. So it's just all good things.
For sure. Well, and how has everything been since the fight? Obviously, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Was the whole plan the whole time to kind of hang? Like, I guess I'm asking, did you party very hard any time between that? Because if the whole plan was to come back down to 105, like, there's not a whole bunch of room for play. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Actually, it took a while to decide the 105 thing. I still wanted to stay at 115 even after I lost that fight.
Yeah.
Actually, and the first thing Joe told me was like, "Oh, fuck that, we're going back down to 105," and I'm like, "No, we're not." So we sat down and just weighed out all the pros and cons. I figured right after, I'm like, you know what, I need to get stronger for this weight class. I'm not strong enough for 115. Yeah, there's girls that are my size, and I'll be honest, any girl at 115 that's my size is too lazy to cut to 105. Probably should be a straight up, all the girls that are like true 115ers are big girls, like cutting weight. So I figured I'm either going to have to just kick back for like 6 months and just bulk up, gain 10 pounds of muscle, which is freaking pretty hard to do, or just make the weight cut. So we talked about it for a while. So I actually did have a little bit of fun right after the fight, and I kind of went out and ate a bunch of stuff for a while. Once we finally decided I was going to stay at 105, I got right back on track.
I love it, man. I love it. And so, with training and all this, do you still have time to watch fights? Did you watch the fights this last weekend?
Once in a while. Sometimes we don't catch them because we're kind of at the gym or doing whatever. But I did not actually catch the fights this past weekend.
Well, I guess you weren't missing anything in the main event, but you know, no biggie there. But yeah, like I don't think people like understand like when I tell people about it. I like to talk about you because you're one of the first people like I've interviewed in person. You know, the amount of time that we've hung, it's always been positive, but it's always been strictly MMA. So I think the thing to get across is like there are people out there. They live, breathe, and eat MMA. This is not a fucking game.
It's not a game, and it's like if you really want to be a true martial artist, you know, it's your life. It's a lifestyle. So, I mean, you can't half-ass this shit and get anywhere. So, I'm all in.
All in. I'm all the way up, man. I love it. Amber, man, let people know. I know the fight's coming. Let people know where it's at, what the day is, who you're fighting, where they can find you, sponsors. Shout out everything right now, man. This is your time.
Yes, people, make sure you check out my fight on UFC Fight Pass. March 25th, I will be facing Ashley Cummins. It's going to be a great fight you will not want to miss. And catch me on social media, Twitter and Instagram at TheBully505 or Amber the Bully Brown on Facebook. And all my teammates, my coaches at Fit and HB, and then my husband at Elevation Boxing and Fitness now. We have our own gym. My sponsors, Trent Cotney, Damage Control Mouth Guards, Melee Fighting, Chandra's Therapeutic Massage, Art of Arc Painting, MMA Roadhog Racing. I probably forgot someone, and I'm so sorry, but... anyone who supports me and is with me, you know, I really thank you and appreciate everyone. And thank you for having me on and interviewing me.
Always, man. You know, you're my homegirl. I tell everybody this shit's not a game, and if they don't believe it, come watch any one of your interviews or come hang out with you anytime longer than 10 minutes outside of the ring. But March 25th, catch her inside. How about that? It's going down.
Catch me inside. How about that?
It's going down. You and Smash come. It's going to be a hell of a fight for both of y'all. Have respect for both of y'all. Amber, best of luck with everything. Train safe. Train hard. I definitely hope you get the W. And I hope to see you when I get down there in July and we'll kick it. And I'd love to come check out Elevation when I'm down there, man. I know it's passing through right Albuquerque. So stop by in and punch a punching bag or some shit.
No, yeah, for sure. Hit me up when you're out here. Maybe we can go grab a bite to eat at Sadie's. Hopefully I don't have a fight coming up.
Knowing my luck, you would, but I would love that. That'd be fucking awesome. Amber, you take care. Have a good rest of the night. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Peace.
Bye-bye.